Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty interesting, a script outlining what's called the Deep Dive Trilogy.
20th and beyond.
It seems to be, an inside look at the thinking behind three different but connected projects, all revolving around LaVon Starr.
Right. 3 distinct initiatives.
Yeah, exactly. And our goal here for you listening is really to dig into what ties these together. What are the core ideas? What's the motivation driving it all?
And what strikes me straight away is just the scope of it. You've got a summer camp, then this music group, and finally LaVon Starr's solo stuff. Presenting them together like this as a trilogy, it suggests there's a bigger picture, some kind of thread connecting them all. Makes you curious.
It really does. So let's jump into the first part. It's called the Summer Camp Project, God is Doing a New Thing.
Okay.
And the script says it started from this desire to pour back into the next generation, but then it kind of grew. Became a movement, is how they describe it.
Yeah, that evolution from just an idea to a movement is interesting. It implies the core message really struck a chord with people.
Definitely.
And the script points to these slogans on the camp shirts. God is doing a new thing, and you're always welcome.
Yeah.
Those aren't just catchy phrases, are they? They really signal something about progress, maybe spiritual renewal, and definitely inclusivity.
They really do. And I found this part fascinating. The script actually spells out the underlying message. It says, life isn't just about growing up. It's about growing forward.
Ah, that's a great line.
It is, isn't it? It's subtle, but it feels significant. Like, it's not just about getting older.
Exactly. It reframes it, doesn't it? From just, passively aging to actively, intentionally developing and contributing, always moving forward.
Purposefully.
Yeah, purposefully. It suggests a belief in, lifelong growth, always making an impact. And the name they chose, NuGeneration.
NuGeneration, right.
That really hammers home the idea of something new, something forward-thinking happening there.
And the way this section wraps up is quite powerful. It says, this isn't just a summer, it's a seed. That really captures the long-term vision, Planting something now, hoping it grows later.
A legacy thought, almost.
Totally. Okay, so let's shift gears. Part 2. M.B.S, Magic, Bass, and Star. And the subtitle is, I'll Be Their M.B.S Legacy. This takes us somewhere else entirely music.
Right, a musical collaboration. And the context here feels really important. The script mentions it was created during the global shutdown.
Oh, okay.
It says, during a time when the world paused, we turned the music up. That frames the whole project, doesn't it? Music as like a response to that isolation.
Yeah, a way to connect, to create something positive when everything else felt stalled.
So what does that tell you about why they did it?
Well, it really speaks to that fundamental human need, I think, for connection, for expression, even when you're, physically apart.
Definitely.
Describes them as 3 friends, brothers in rhythm. So there's clearly a personal connection there.
A bond.
And it also highlights the instrumentation, the vibes. What do you make of that focus?
Well, focusing on vibes suggests it's about the overall feeling, the atmosphere of the music, not just, say, technical skill.
Right.
And when you pair that with the mention of real instruments and real feelings, it sounds like they're aiming for something authentic, organic, maybe.
Yeah.
Emotionally direct.
Yeah, grounded.
Grounded, exactly. And we get clues about the sound, too. Reggae renditions, real roots. And they specifically mention an upcoming track, I'll Be There, reggae style.
Okay, so a reggae flavor.
Seems like it. And that core message, they state real ones, real instruments, real feelings. It just keeps reinforcing that idea of genuine connection, genuine music.
It really does. Like a deliberate move away from maybe something more produced or artificial.
Okay, let's look at the third piece then. LaVon Starr Future Projects and the Mission. Subtitle, Life is a Song, the LaVon Starr Vision.
Right, so this zooms in on LaVon Starr's individual path, it seems.
Yeah, the broader artistic vision.
And the central theme is right there. Testimony and melody. That's quite a statement.
It is. It frames the music as more than just, songs. It's personal narrative, sharing experiences.
A story told through music. And the script mentions this journey from high school piano to digital dreams. So, suggesting growth, evolution.
And maybe embracing new ways of creating. Digital Dream sounds very current.
Absolutely. And look at the range of projects listed. There's Lavender Bouquet, which sounds maybe like a promo piece.
Could be.
Then Sounds of Love, something called Star Talk, a podcast maybe.
Star Talk definitely sounds like a podcast or talk show, yeah.
And even an AI journey with this visual called Chef Starby.
Whoa, okay. AI. That's quite a leap from high school piano. It is. It shows, I think, a really broad creative scope. Someone willing to play with different formats, different technologies even.
You're perfectly adaptable.
Very. And while we don't get much detail on the AI part, just mentioning Chef Starby as an AI visual, it hints at exploring digital identity, maybe new forms of engagement.
Interesting.
But through all these different projects, the script keeps coming back to staying true to the vision, regardless of external validation or success.
So it's driven from within.
It seems that way. A strong internal compass guiding all these diverse things.
And it ends on that really lovely line, life is a song, and I'm just singing mine.
Yeah. That ties it all together beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It gives everything this sense of personal authenticity, purpose.
It really does. So when you step back and look at the whole trilogy,
You see this clear progression almost.
Sure.
The camp is about nurturing the future, the community.
planting those seeds.
Then M.B.S. is about connection, collaboration, especially during tough times, using music to bridge gaps.
Right, that shared rhythm.
And then the final part, it's about the individual artistic mission. Taking all that and channeling it into a personal testimony and melody, exploring all sorts of creative paths.
From community to collaboration to the individual voice.
Exactly. But all linked by this drive to, well, create and connect.
So wrapping this up for you, the listener,
Yeah.
what are the big takeaways here? It seems to be about, well, firstly, the importance of purpose, maybe a purpose bigger than just yourself.
Yeah, that growing forward idea, and also the power of creativity and working together, especially for building connection, like with M.B.S.
Definitely. And maybe most crucially, staying true to your own voice, your own vision, singing your own song, as the Swift puts it.
Regardless of the noise around you.
So thinking about all this, about the camp, the music, the personal vision, it kind of leaves you with a question, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you reflect. Considering these different ways LaVon Starr is expressing a vision, what song are you singing in your own life right now?
Yeah. And thinking about that summer camp idea, what seeds are you planting for the future in your own way? Something to think about.